Still waiting.
I'm done. I'm done.
Oh, you're
I'm
ready?
a contact and I can read. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Welcome to the StarGazer podcast. I'm Monty.
Jesus fucking Christ, I hate you. Please tell me that was recorded the entire time.
Oh, yes, it was. It was recording for a
Oh
long
God,
time.
mother, I fucking hate you.
Which is a great segue. By the way, you didn't introduce yourself.
Sorry, hi, I'm Sid and I'm pissed off, but
I thought
that's
you were
another
anyway,
story.
it's better than getting pissed on. So, as you probably figured out, today's podcast is pre-recorded because it's probably not going to be streaming and it's probably just going to get released tomorrow.
Yeah.
At 12 instead of Sunday. But
because
yeah.
we have shit going on tomorrow, meaning Monty is coming to get me from said college.
Correct.
And then we are going to be pre-recording or basically recording the covers.
Uh-huh.
And Monty's getting his first tattoo, so I will be videotaping that and more than likely posting it on our Twitter.
Yes. And yeah, that's the only reason we're pre-recording, because we got too much work to do.
Yeah. We have too much shit to do tomorrow that we don't actually have time to
Yeah.
do anything.
So,
But also, if any one of you watching, or I should say future watchers, whatever,
yes, we're speaking to you from the past.
from the past, we're speaking to you from the
We
past.
have no idea how fucked up the world's gone in the past 24 hours.
Yeah, no, if more shit goes on tomorrow that you guys wanted us to talk about, it's not going to come out on this because,
Yeah. We'll cover it next week.
yeah, we'll just cover it next week. We'll cover
Yeah.
a lot of shit next week.
So, what first? I guess we'll branch off the tattoo.
I'll do the COVID news real quick just
Yeah.
because there's that and because I wound up, because of stupidity reasons,
Right.
watching the last part of Biden's little speech yesterday.
Oh, Biden had a speech?
Yeah, he did. Surprise, surprise.
Did it go terribly?
I only caught the last end of it, so I don't fucking know.
Ah.
But the vaccines worldwide for COVID have reached 300 million. Biden has stated that by May 1st, every adult should be vaccinated for COVID in the US.
All right. Bold claim, but
That is what he claimed.
he's a little confused, but he's got the spirit. I think. I think that's what to take away from that.
I don't know. It's
Also-
giving people false hopes, but I don't fucking know.
Correct. I've also heard people arguing, or not arguing, but some form of an argument. They're making a case that, air quote, forced vaccinations violate the Geneva Convention, which, much like Brian David Gilbert of Polygon, I read the Geneva Convention, and no, they do not. It is a violation for war criminals to give them forced vaccinations, in a time of war, which some are arguing that it's like, oh, it's a war on COVID or some bullshit, but that's a political thing that I don't.
In the
I don't
time of
care
war,
to
we
get
are
into.
still by government standards and by country standards, we are still actually in a time of peace.
Yes.
So no, the Geneva Convention is not in play at all here because it is meant for a time of war, and we are not in war.
We're also
So no,
not
also
prisoners of
forced
war.
vaccines, most vaccines cannot be forced technically.
Yes.
But every child in the US will tell you if you want to go to school, you have to be vaccinated.
Correct. And then some children get real smart and go, oh, well, I don't want to go to school, so I shouldn't get vaccinated. And then they die at age 5. So,
They die not even 2 months later. Anyways,
yeah. I
but
just
no,
learned how to talk.
so yes. All of you anti-vaxxers, you are getting the goddamn COVID vaccine, and
Yes.
I don't care if
Yes.
I have to administer and stab you myself.
Like, there's obviously a part of my brain that goes, well, we don't know long-term effects. For all we know, it could cause cancer 3 years after you get it, and we wouldn't know that because it hasn't been around for 3 years. But at this point, if it'll get us back the fuck outside into some sense of normal, I don't give a shit, man. You know? Please say something. I feel like I'm alone here.
No, I agree with you entirely. I'm just stating. It's just stupid.
Yeah. It's stupid to say, oh, well, no kind of thing. I also remember a meme that was like, why are y'all complaining so much that they need to get the vaccine out faster? The second it comes out, y'all are just going to protest that it causes autism.
Literally, fucking A, I hate that whole bullshit. As someone who is autistic, no, I was not autistic by my vaccines. Hell, I was diagnosed autistic before I even had my vaccines.
Correct.
Because I wasn't old enough to get my vaccines yet.
So,
and I was already diagnosed as autistic.
So, I guess you could
it's
argue.
biological, you bitches.
Yes. I like to... I don't remember who I said this to the other day, but I like to say "hors" as if there's an apostrophe in it.
You like to aggravate me, though.
Yes.
You also like aggravating people in general.
I do. It's a very fun pastime. Like, what was the thing I do? Like, I'll pretend... Like, Eli really likes Kingdom Hearts.
Yes.
Which, if you follow him on Twitch or whatever, which, by the way, he's desperate. Go give him views, but also, he's really nice. He really likes Kingdom Hearts, and I like to...
Jesus Christ!
I like to fuck with him and refer to things in Kingdom Hearts as things like Final Fantasy. Like, I'll point at Sora and say, oh, is that Cloud? Or he'll be... Or, like, well, this is a bad example. Like, a song will play, or, like, he'll be playing Kingdom Hearts, and I'll say, is that Final Fantasy? A prime example, like when Sephiroth comes in, I'll say something from Kingdom Hearts. I'll be like, oh, is that Ansem? Or is that Xehanort? At least you're getting a kick out of it, because every time he always goes, oh, hell yeah, man. So
I find it funny.
Yeah, that was a tangent and a half. But
no, I find that shit funny though, because I do it too. Like, when my best friends, like, we'll talk about something, and they know that I know all of the names of these characters, and I know who they are.
Yeah.
But I'll purposely be like, "Is that?"
Yeah. What's the main character in My Hero Academia? It's like
Bakugo?
Like Deck or something. Like
I could have sworn the main character was Bakugo.
Well, Deku does the narration. So.
No, I'm joking, because by technicality, My Hero has 3 main characters: Todoroki, Bakugo, and Deku.
That's fair. Also, I didn't realize you were fucking with me because I can't remember if you...
I cosplay Momo, for Christ's sake.
Listen, I don't remember half the shit that anybody does. Fucking... Like, I can't...
You see the things I deal with. Since this is a pre-recorded episode, I'm going to see him tomorrow. I get to actually smack him.
Oh, yeah. By the time you hear this, I will have been smacked.
Yes. Probably multiple times at this point, because it's a long car ride.
Correct. But also, don't forget, I am the driver. I will
Fine, I'll hit Eli.
I will control... That's how you can be sure that we'll drive safe.
Why is public safety here? That's intimidating. Is somebody parking where they're not supposed to be again?
Oh. All right.
No, sorry. Like, because of how my dorm room is set up on the first floor, the one window that I'm sitting in front of currently because of my desk.
Yeah.
It's facing the parking lot that's used for my specific dorm, like my specific building, or. Mm-hmm. Well, what all of us kind of use for our specific building, because we don't actually have a parking lot for these buildings.
Right.
And you're not meant to be parked in here overnight.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I just saw a public safety vehicle pop up, and I'm like, is somebody getting towed?
Ah.
No, I think it's just a maintenance guy for the other building.
Oh my God.
I'm watching now to make sure.
The street I'm on, the street that I live on, and you know this, has signs the whole way down it that says no parking on this side of the street at any time.
They're coming in this building.
Oh God. That says no parking on this side of the
I'm
street.
locking my door real quick.
Go for it. I'll just tell this story. There's signs whole way down the street, no parking on this side. So everybody parks on the other side. People coming down the street which in this case is people driving on the side of the street that has no cars, have the right of way. And people coming up the street on the other side, the side that has all the parked cars, have to drive on the wrong lane and go up the street. But if someone else is coming down, they have to merge over and get behind another car. So that happens all the time, right? And people will be coming down the street and you're going up the street and then you see it and then you're like, oh, I'll go over here and then stop here, let them pass, and then keep going. But every single time I have gone down the street on the correct side, I've been going down on the, and then someone's been coming. Every time someone comes up from the other side on the wrong side of the street there, I have the right of way. I keep driving. And people try and push as far as they fucking can, to the point of I've had to slam on my brakes and screech my tires and skid my wheels more than a countable number of times to let these assholes get an extra inch forward so they don't miss their fucking yoga class or whatever. And it's infuriating.
Yeah, I can imagine.
And other times, a countless number of times, I've seen like worker vehicles or just some guy who's like, oh, I'll just stop here for a minute and like move a thing from the house to the car or whatever. I won't care. And then they'll just sit on the wrong side of the street where you're not allowed to park. And then you can't get through because they've parked right next to another car on the other side of the street. So you can't squeeze through. So you just have to sit there and like honk your horn and say, get the fuck out of the way. You're not supposed to park here.
I'm gonna state this real quick. Like I love you and I hate breaking up your rants, but just in case, because my computer's being really loud, if you guys can hear my notifications, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I can't hear them. So
okay, if you can't hear them, then they most likely can't either.
Yeah. If I can't hear it, I don't think the recording picks it up. But I've been talking a lot about that. So do you have anything to cut me off with?
My Hero fans are fucking gross. Did you hear what recently happened in the My Hero community?
I did not.
Trigger warning for most guys because this is fucking nasty. Actually, for girls too, because this is just gross.
Oh, is this gonna be a listening and then in the middle of it I'm gonna just cross my legs?
Probably.
Oh Christ.
This is just, it's so fucking like basically, I guess it was a younger, I'm gonna go with take what I say with a grain of salt. All I know is what the actions this girl did. I don't know name, anything or anything like that. But this girl, I think it was either live streamed or she posted this video on TikTok of her Bakugo poster. She then smeared it in period blood and said he was hers. Why are y'all fucking gross?
Fucking, I've never watched The Office, but imagine the Michael Scott noise.
Just the nose from The Office. That clip from The Office of him just saying no is my complete mood. The guy's gone cool.
No, God, please, no. No.
Yeah, that.
No. Anyway. That was definitely interesting to listen to.
I wanted to just wanted to yeet. Just wanted to yeet my phone and eat everything out of my fucking existence.
Yeah. I'll go ahead and pick off on some internet news. To divert from that, but Markiplier released the Wharfstash automated interview automaton, or as they call it in the video, the Wah!
I think we believe it has to do with security breach for FNAF.
It probably has something to do with it. I've no idea if there's like lore involved or like a secret story for Mark or like Darkiplier maybe. It could actually, I just thought of this. It actually might tie into Heist, because Mark just finished, or not finished, but he's like starting to wrap up Heist 2. So Heist might be coming out soon. I also looked in the description because I was watching it right before we started recording this. because I was trying to get to a certain ending to see if it had anything in it, and I saw in the description it said edited and voiced by some bozo. Which is it's just
you know what?
Markiplier.
That sounds like Markiplier. That's Markiplier's sense of humor.
It's 100.
Can we talk?
Go ahead.
Markiplier's sense of humor hasn't changed over the course of
No,
his YouTube career.
not at all. Not at all. A fucking 10-year joke. I'm king of the squirrels. Well, maybe not 10 years, but long-term joke.
Yeah.
But also, speaking of security breach, another trailer came out. Supposedly it's supposed to release sometime this year.
I give up with the FNAF storyline. I give the fuck up.
Yeah. Also, have you seen this trailer, by the way?
I saw the first one.
Okay, this new trailer that shows the animatronics has the animatronics. So it shows all four of them. There's an alligator, there's a some bear, which I don't think is like a Freddy, but
I'm gonna pull it up, but as Eli said last time, you know for damn sure that wolf is gonna be.
yeah, I was gonna say there's the other character and there's the wolf, and we all know what happened with Luna from Hell of a Boss.
There's that, and there's also the fact of remember the original FNAF fandom and Foxy?
Oh yeah. Fucking the original FNAF, like every single game, like apart from maybe FNAF 3.
Yeah, the Nightmare animatronics were too scary.
Yeah, it's... Wait a minute, Nightmare was... We don't have time to get into this, but this is a great space filler. Nightmare was FNAF 4.
No, Nightmare was FNAF 3.
FNAF 3 was Springtrap and the ghost ones. The Phantoms. That's what they were called.
I always forget about the Springtrap.
Yeah. Springtrap was in like one game. And then it just became a big... Remember when FNAF 3 was the last game? And now we have
the last game was FNAF 4, FNAF the Final Chapter.
No. Originally, when FNAF 3 was coming out, about to come out, that was supposed to be the last one. Then it was FNAF 4, and then they did Sister Location, and then they did Pizzeria Simulator, I think.
I don't fucking know.
I don't remember specifically the order, but they did Pizzeria Simulator, and then they started doing books, and then they did the security logbook thing, and then they did, what was it called? I lost it. The VR one.
There's just a lot.
Now they're
There's
doing
just a lot.
security breach. Fucking hell. To think this entire franchise came from one guy making games, and he was like, "Do I make a sequel to this this beaver game, or do I make a horror game?" And he chose horror.
No, he from what I remember of Scott Cawthon making FNAF, he literally made it out of spite because they said in his first Beaver game that they looked like animatronics as an insult. So he made an actual game about animatronics.
Exactly. But yeah, that's also the trailer showed. I don't know if we're overhashing this because I don't remember what Eli talked about. Whatever week it was.
Last week.
There's Sun Man. And there's Moon Man. And Sun Man looks very happy. And Moon Man looks very scary.
Yep. Sounds about right.
It's just weird shit. Also, what was the alligator's name? Hang on. FNAF security.
I'm actually looking this up because I want to see what Sun and Moon Man look like now.
Alligator. What was his name? His name was Montgomery Gator, and Eli pointed that out to me, and I said, "That's me." He said,
God, this is what the
yeah. He also said, "Hey Monty, if you don't already have a fursona, you could do an alligator now."
That would be a scaly, not a fur.
That's exactly what I said. And then he said, "I don't give a shit." And you may quote him on that.
I normally I'll state this to all of our viewers. I normally very much like all things sun and moon related because I love the moon.
Right. Pokemon. I'm drawing a blank.
But fuck the moon side of the animatronic.
Oh yeah. Moon Man is definitely
That can burn. That can be set on fire.
As classic YouTube poop Moon Man said, Moon Man up in this, no. Watch me crank and watch me, no. I gotta look this up again. Moon Man FNAF.
No.
Jesus Christ.
Just run.
Yeah. God almighty, this is just terrifying.
This is going to be fun. I'll state this because I played the original FNAF games. I played the first 3. They did not actually scare me. What scared me was because I played the first game by myself and then I played it again with friends. I wasn't scared the first time, hence why I never recorded a reaction to it because I was mainly quiet the entire time trying to figure out what the fuck was going on.
Right.
But when I played it again the second time, the first game with my friends, we were on the phone with one of our friends and the phone call glitched and made a bad noise.
Ooh.
At the same time, we had Bonnie jump up on the screen.
Oh my God.
And all I see is my ex throw their laptop.
Jesus.
And I screamed because the laptop got thrown, and I'm like, Jesus!
Ultimate Custom Night. That's the one I was thinking of.
Oh, Custom Night, yeah.
I remember now because nobody tell Eli this, and let's hope he's not listening to the archive. But I had Custom Night open, and then I put on the hippo, or whoever the purple one was, and then I had the game get killed by the hippo. Because the hippo goes on a long, long monologue if you get killed by him, and you can't exit the game or like restart or anything, but you can Alt F4 to close the game. But if you open the game back up, the monologue starts over. So I got the kill, and then I closed the game, and then I haven't played it since. So if Eli ever wants to play it on the computer again, on here, he'll have to do the monologue.
You're evil.
I am truly evil. I think on an alignment chart, I fall under, I think I fall past chaotic evil.
You were just no.
Yeah, I'm ruthless.
Military man. What the fuck? That's the first time I've seen someone in uniform on campus. What the fuck is that?
Oh shit.
Stalking interesting.
People? You stalking people?
Again, I'm looking at my window, and because my window sees a parking lot, I'm just seeing people come in and out of campus.
You're rear windowing from
I guess.
Rear window.
Is that a Tesla? That is a fucking Tesla. Who the fuck on this campus owns a Tesla?
Alfred Hitchcock. 1954. I could remember what it was. I was saying rear window. I type in R and rear window pops up. Thanks, Google. Anyway.
We love that Google listens to everything that we say 100%. And do. So to reiterate to what I was talking about earlier in the podcast before I learned that Monty had hit fucking record.
Yes.
So I made a friend on campus who's a cosplayer and an anime fan, and they and I get along really great. But they are into this thing that I have not yet watched and I'm going to called Dream SMP. But basically it's a bunch of Minecraft YouTubers have characters that have intricate storylines and plots. That it's interesting is all I gotta say.
Cool. I had a half thought once. Because I don't know how to phrase this. I wanted to do some story, and I didn't know how to do it, but I was thinking, oh, what if I did sort of red versus blue thing, but instead of Halo, it's Minecraft. So I was just... excuse me. I was like... I completely forgot what I was talking about. Like I was thinking Red versus
Can we
Blue.
just talk about how
with
much
Minecraft.
Matt Pat must be so fucking mad at the new FNAF game coming out?
Oh yeah, 100%. He's like, okay, so there's new games coming out, so everyone's just like, fuck it, let's just redo the entire timeline just to make sure we didn't miss anything. And then
Again.
they're like, hey, wait a minute, we don't know the name of this kid from FNAF 4. How do we do that? And then they broke down the logbook again, and then it's like, who in their right mind would just continue? How many? I gotta look this up. How many game theory FNAF videos are there?
He has a playlist of them.
There are. Oh god, that's not the right answer. Hang on.
Oh my god, I'll do it.
Hang on. No, I'm looking for it. Give me a second. There. 46. Wait.
46.
47? 40. Okay, the one by Game Theory has 42, but there's two others that say 46 and 47. So, over 40. There have been how many? There's like 10 games. Oh god, I opened history on accident. Oh Jesus Christ, that's a different tab. There was nothing bad. It's just like a huge list of downloads because I'd been downloading a bunch of files. What am I
do find it funny though that this FNAF, that like it's like you have to think about it. FNAF now it's an A-list game.
Yeah.
Because it went from an indie game.
Oh, don't forget FNAF World.
I'm not forgetting FNAF World.
Ultimate
but it went from an indie game on PC and Steam to now it's on PlayStation.
Yeah. Special delivery? What?
The fuck
that's the
are you
app.
doing?
That's the app. I don't think that was a story-based one. That was the one that you could do on your phone. Like the AR game. No? Nothing? All right. But yeah, there's also Freddy in Space. What?
Oh my god.
First of all, Freddy in Space 2. Never mind. Five Nights at Freddy's, Five Nights 2.
Well, let's stop with the Five Nights at Freddy's talk. Let's stop.
So there have been a lot of teasers coming out recently for Falcon and the Winter Soldier because that comes out next week.
Yep. Meaning that Tom Holland is allowed out of the basement for a week and then he's going back into the basement.
Correct. He's allowed to get a breath of fresh air, and then I almost said Marco Rubio. What's his name? Kevin Feige just grabs him by the neck of his collar and just throws him back into the basement.
Yep.
So that'll be happening. I was gonna save this. I was gonna save the Falcon and Winter Soldier announcement for next week when it comes out, but I saw like 9 separate teaser things today, and I was like, all right, fine.
Like, yeah, you're forcing us to talk about you.
Exactly.
Oh my god. Caught it.
Caught what?
I hit my mic, it almost fell.
Oh, nice. I didn't hear anything, so I guess that's good. But, what else? Falcon the Winter Soldier.
So Drake apparently released some music.
Yeah.
For those of you that listen to him.
I don't.
I do not either. So
I don't trust a person with only one name. That's why in the notes here I have him listed as Aubrey Graham.
Well, I mean that's his legal name, isn't it?
Correct. His middle name's Drake. That's where he gets the title.
Oh, okay.
I'm not a fan of modern pop, or I don't know how you phrase it, but I'm especially not a fan, and I'm not calling Drake this because I don't know what kind of music Drake does. I just wanted to point this out, that I am especially not a fan of mumble rap because I hate it.
I believe Drake is considered a rapper. I don't know.
God, hang on. I'm going to just look this up.
The only rapper I listen to in American music is Eminem, so.
Yep, rapper. I listen to Eminem too because for 2 reasons. Well, maybe 3. 2.5. I'll say 2.5. One, you can understand the words and they're fast. 2, because according to literal world records, faster than anybody else. And half reason because he makes fun of people.
Yeah. Like he wrote a diss song about the kids trying to cancel him.
Exactly.
Like, this is the man that is known within from what I understand, the hip hop community, as if you write a diss track about him, he will write one about you right back.
Right. I have a potentially very big can of worms to open, and
Oh boy.
I don't care about opening it. What the fuck is canceling? I need to know this. I hear it left and right. Who is it? What's the guy? Dr. Seuss got canceled.
Yep.
Okay. What?
So to explain cancel culture, basically, remember how, and I think you and I talked about this, but I don't think we talked about it as like, what is it?
Influencers?
As the, like, on the podcast, but you and I did talk about this. I don't think we talked about this, though, on the podcast.
Yeah.
But remember when Matt Pat had a live stream that he did to raise money for kids?
Right.
And everyone and their mother hated him for it?
So everyone and their mother hated someone raising over $4 million for charity.
Yeah.
For children's hospitals charities.
Yeah, you remember that, right?
Yeah, I do remember that, and that's infuriating.
That would be cancel culture, where cancel culture is basically they're trying to get rid of a person or an influencer or someone within media attention just because they didn't do something that everyone agreed with.
Okay, so what did Matt Pat do
Nothing! Matt Pat has done nothing wrong.
Oh, so cancel culture people are literally just doing it for attention. They want people say, I want attention, so I'm going to viciously and completely uncalled for attack this person for no reason.
Yes. Like, the best way I can ever explain it is, like, the only time it's ever done something good was, like, the whole, for a while during quarantine, there was a lot of things about people digging into past of certain celebrities and showing, like, especially with the Black Lives Matter movement, which, again, people, is still happening. Hasn't ended. But with the Black Lives Matter movement going on, everyone were digging into the past of celebrities to see if they ever had made a racist statement or anything.
Okay, so...
And if they did, they would, instead of just letting the person apologize, they would attack them until their entire career was done.
So cancel culture is what happened to James Gunn back when he got fired from the Guardians movies.
Yes.
Okay, cool. I'll also preface, I'm not like, no matter what way I phrase this, I'm gonna seem like a fucking loser. I'm not hip. I'm not with it. I'm not up to date on current lingo and phrases and shit. To me, it's not canceling someone. It is ruining their lives or getting your attention or whatever that I can't come up with a word for it because I still don't know what it is. But what did they say? Like, Dr. Seuss getting canceled. What did Dr. Seuss do? He fucking, just...
Well, the first things first is Dr. Seuss got canceled. It was a specific book from what I understood. Mm-hmm. But everyone and their mother seems to forget. And because when Dr. Seuss first started publishing books and things, they all assumed he was for children due to the art style.
Okay.
No. His books were for adults, not children. We turned them into children's books.
Oh, you mean like his earlier books?
Yeah.
Okay. So...
let me look it up because it was a specific book. Me and my best friend talked about this.
Because this, I'm the old grandpa that heard cancel culture somewhere, and we're at Thanksgiving, and I'm like, what is this cancel culture stuff? Can you kids explain it to me? And I have to sift through all the words that I don't understand. Oh God. What's a good example? Michael Jackson, that's a good example, but it's not like Michael Jackson wasn't canceled because that happened before it was called getting canceled. What was the other one? Negging? Is that the right term?
Negging is a fucking thing pickup artists do, and I hate it.
Yeah, it's
because it shouldn't work on actual fucking people.
Not to quote Rick and Morty, but it's called reverse psychology.
Yeah.
Fucking, like,
by putting yourself in between two women, insulting, but also giving them slight, like, complimenting, but also insulting them slightly. Yeah, no, fuck you.
Yeah, I'm so angry at this new language. It's stupid. It sucks. I hate it. I feel like an old man. I feel like George Carlin when he was saying, it's called post-traumatic stress disorder now. It's no longer called shell shock, and then it got called battle fatigue, and then it got called operational exhaustion. And now it's called post-traumatic stress disorder. It's still 8 syllables, but they've added a hyphen.
Okay, but PTSD, as someone who actually lives with it...
That's a medical thing.
...is much different from shell shock.
Correct.
Because shell shock is still a thing!
Yes, but they don't use it anymore. Back in whatever it was, I think World War I or something, it was called shell shock, and then it got all changed. It's like... everything's getting lumped into one word or something, but
basically,
that's not a great example, but you get my point.
I looked it up. Basically, they were canceling Dr. Seuss for being racist.
He wrote the quintessential book you think of when you think Dr. Seuss, probably. Green Eggs and Ham was literally do not judge something based on its appearance. The entire thing was a metaphor for don't be racist.
Yep. And I'm like, wait, so you're going to cancel Dr. Seuss, but you're not going to cancel Walt Disney for being a fascist bastard?
Exactly. You're not going to attack, well, I guess people are kind of attacking Jeff, well, not attacking, but hating on Jeff Bezos, but it's like
again, if Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos actually used their money for good, I wouldn't hate them.
There are slave trades going on as we speak. And we're over here in Western Utopia saying, hey, this man over here, is he racist? Let's just say yes and not give him time to answer. And
yeah, the man that, if I remember, take this with a grain of salt because I'm not entirely sure about this, but the man that was writing during the Great Depression?
Exactly.
Like,
I'm so angry. I'm so angry that we're not evolving. We're getting dumber.
No. Here's my thing with the whole canceling of Eminem. I would understand if people were trying to cancel Eminem for his song Kim, because that song is about his ex-wife and it is brutal.
Mm-hmm. Also,
no, they tried to cancel him over "I Love the Way You Lie," and that is a song talking. Yes, it is talking about a woman being abused. Mm-hmm. But it's also responses to be how do I put this? It's also meant to
go for it.
It was meant to show and help. It wasn't romanticizing or dehumanizing victims or any in that way.
Right.
It was showing how people in those relationships feel at that time.
Right. It's like another argument could definitely be made that he is like a womanizer or a misogynist, but they don't bother going for that. They go for something that's like recent or just the thing that just happens to be available.
Yeah. And again, like the whole Kim thing, again, I could understand if they were trying to go after him for that, but even as much as that song is brutal, she tried to take his daughter from him.
Yeah.
So he's kind of allowed to be pissed.
Mm-hmm. Which that thing opens up a whole different can of worms about whether or not a kid should go to a dad or a mom, or whether or not that shit happens.
My thing is it doesn't matter which parent it goes to, as long as it's proven that parent is competent in raising them.
Exactly.
And it's a good home.
Exactly. Because I was a very fortunate child of divorced parents, and I I was fortunate enough to have two very good homes and a great parent and a parent who was decent at keeping me alive. Uh, and then, but that's like completely unimportant, probably a story for another day. But
like I'm not gonna go into full detail, but like my own mother is an adopted child who whose parents wound up divorcing, and if someone had checked,
getting a lot of
how do I put
silence
it?
here, sorry.
Sorry, it's if someone would have checked, or if my grandfather would have cared enough, my mom wouldn't have been with my grandmother. Who, let's put this in simple terms, kicked my mother out at 16.
Cool.
Mind you, this was, the 70s and 80s, but still.
Like grandma. I don't like a grandma. But,
yes, it's things like that where it's like if someone would have just checked the home, things would have been different.
Yeah. I don't
Just because you're a woman doesn't automatically mean you are maternal. I know plenty of women that do not want kids at all.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I was about to make a really, like, completely dumb joke. Like, maybe not bad, but it just kind of, like, made no sense joke. I was about to say, I'm a woman and I don't want kids. And I don't know where that came from. It was just dumb. Pure stupid. Not to cut off this part of the story, but we technically aren't done with news.
No, we're technically not done with news. That just had to come out.
So, cool thing that, for me personally, because
this is the tattoo they're getting tomorrow.
Tattoo I'm getting literally yesterday, or 2 days ago, from when you're listening to this, March 11th. Yeah, a trailer for Infinity Train Book 4 was dropped on the HBO Max channel, and how do I put this? I'm excited, but also I'm hearing things that it's going to be the last season, and I haven't read into it because we didn't have a lot of time before starting to record this podcast, but I will be upset if this is the last season, but I completely understand because there's like, I want to explore more, or like Owen Dennis will say, I want to explore more projects, or I'm feeling burnt out, or this was a nice, no pun intended, train to ride as the series was going on, but I've had my fun. I'm going to step down and figure out the next thing I do or whatever. But I'm excited for it because I don't know what to expect. I don't know what's going to happen. It's from the trailer, there's two brothers or best friends who are in a band and they get onto the train at the exact same time. So they're together and they have the same number. And the only other thing I noticed in the trailer was that the steward came back. And again, it's probably the last season. And I got nothing else on it. And it fucking segue into the next bit. Of course, the trailer for the next season drops like the day after I finish editing the fucking first episode of a review series that I was going to do, which is a review of Infinity Train. Yep. So if you're on StarGazers on your own and you haven't subscribed to my personal channel, Ohm the Second, please go do that. There's a lot more. And if you're listening from Ohm the Second, go subscribe to StarGazers. But there is a series that I've been trying to work on, a review series, kind of like, what's a good example? Like Scott Falco's Side of Salt is the first thing that comes to my mind. Other things like Sequelitis from Aaron Hansen, Egoraptor. It's just a review show. You just pick a thing and you're like, all right, what is this? I'm reviewing it. And then you record it and then you smack it together into a video. First episode's Infinity Train. It'll be coming out very soon. and the series is going to be coming out the first Sunday of every month, and hopefully that'll stay on schedule. So, and it's coming out on
I
StarGazer.
may or may not be doing this with him at some point.
Correct.
Just stating that.
Yeah. So sorry, I'm talking a lot. I'm not giving you a lot of space to talk.
I don't have a lot to talk about. It's fine.
Yeah. But the series was going to be on my channel. Now it's going to be on StarGazer's, and hopefully it goes well. But the fact that we're getting any sort of thing, any sort of original content apart from a fucking podcast onto our studio channel is a win in my book. So
we are literally, we're trying so much.
We have nothing. We've been working like 80 hours a day, and we're having like 0 hours of content fuck, I'm stuck. We have put so much effort and have nothing to show for it, and it's sad. It's just sad. If Eli were here, he'd have a great joke to make about how sad it is, but it's just, oh my god.
It's sad. Like, I can't really say anything because, like, I'm working on this. I'm working on the company and things to do and even making plans. And, like, I'm attempting to actually try and come up with my own storyline, which I may actually have one. I'm not 100% on it yet. But I'm trying to work on my own storyline for even just like a series or something, like a mini series that we could either like animate or like have us and our friends act or something stupid.
I would,
or even just something that we can post on like a company website or something as like, here, you can read this.
I would love to hear about that the next time you have a free second. Hell, we'll do that.
But as of right now,
well, hey, if you're listening like right now, or like as the thing comes out, we're probably talking about it at this very moment because of the road trip that we'll probably be on by the time this is coming out.
Probably, but also, it's just like, but while I'm also doing all of this and trying to figure out things for the company, I'm also slightly killing myself because I am a college student freshman with dual majors and a minor.
Oh god. Don't die, please, because that's a lot of paperwork.
Oh, that's my response when you die, is just no, the paperwork.
No, too much. I'll be drowning in tax forms.
Literally, it's like, nope, I don't want to do this.
It's like dying is too much. It's too much paperwork at this point.
Especially for you, if I die, because then you have to change from CCO to CEO.
Exactly. There's so much. Deep breaths. There's so much fucking paperwork involved in that, and I don't want to be mean, but Eli did make a joke. My back hurts so much from carrying this company. You probably don't find that funny. Your silence is very reassuring.
Because you're not wrong, because like you are more the creative side of things at the moment, because I'm still more focused on like finishing the whole transition of getting used to campus and everything.
Exactly.
Still.
But like that's not a problem with me, because
but I'm also
have a double major and a minor to deal with. You have all of the paperwork and the lawyer shit to deal with. I'm literally just over here like, how do we make this guy react to boiling someone's face in a pot of hot water? So then we'll do this scene, and then, God fucking hell. That's probably
see, you're worried about the creative side of things, where I'm sitting here dealing with all the fucking lawyers.
Exactly. And I'm very grateful for you dealing with those, because...
And all the fucking paperwork.
Exactly. I can't... I don't people. People is a verb in this case. I don't people.
I bullshit.
Yes, you bullshit. I'm great at bullshitting. I am not great at conversation.
It's one of those, like, we don't like to tell you guys how stressed out we are on podcasts.
Oh, yeah.
But there are days where it just builds.
Oh, yeah. You just gotta let it out. You just gotta vent. You gotta scream. You gotta kick the air and punch a light out. I don't know. Fucking
So tempted to order a fucking punching bag for my dorm room.
yeah. You gonna get
We
one of
need
those
one in
stand-up
general,
ones?
but like,
Yeah, I'll probably get one on the garage soon. I don't know. Oh, there's nowhere to fucking
please
put it.
do,
I
because
gotta
we need
think.
one.
There'd be nowhere to put it. If you put it over by the workbench, then you
The
wouldn't be able to use
garage,
the
or does the
workbench.
garage not work?
What do you mean?
Was there no room in the garage, or is there no room in the basement?
Why would you put a fucking punching bag in this basement? We just put up, that's another tangent. We just put up LED lights, which
Okay,
I'm
never
looking
mind, not
at
the
right
basement.
now. They look so fucking nice.
What if what if we put it up in the spare room up top?
We don't have a spare room up top. The best place is the garage, and that's not a great place, but it's the only place that would work, and we would have to.
At this point, we could keep it in the garage, but then move it out backyard for when we have to use it.
Oh, that's a great idea. We put it on the bottom deck. We put it under the deck. Genius. And then when it falls down, I don't know.
Fuck it, we'll figure something out.
Yeah.
At that point, we should hopefully have a fucking building to put it in ourselves.
Correct. We'll have like a puncher bag or something in our studio office
At some point, because like once we get an office, like an office we actually own and aren't renting, you know for a fact there's gonna be holes in the walls.
Oh yeah, and that's why we'll have posters to cover up the holes in the walls. So when tenants come by, they're like, "Oh, I love this art," and we're like, please don't look behind it." What?
Like if we get newbies, like we have like interns or people thinking about interning at the company come into like your office and then my office, and they see all the posters and they're like, "Oh wow, you have so many posters of the things you guys have created. You must be so proud." And I'm like,
Yeah, it's totally.
don't
what it is.
move them.
Yep. Oh, I got a great idea. You might hate this, but I think it's really funny. The first hole we punch in a wall or kick in a wall or whatever, we take a picture of it, develop that picture, frame it, and then hang it up in front of the hole. and we put like a little like how it's like you'll have a picture of your boss in like the company room, and on the bottom there's like a plaque that says "Our Founder" or something. We'll just put the first hole.
I love how we make ourselves sound like we have such bad anger problems.
Well, I kind of do, but I've been working on it.
I fixed my anger issues a long time ago. It's just more of frustration.
Yeah.
I'm more instead of the type of person to get angry and throw things. I am more the type of person where if something is like if I have to do like paperwork, if I'm sitting down doing paperwork and that's all I have to do for that day, and I get frustrated because either something's not working right or I'm waiting for an email back from someone, I will pick something up from around me and just chuck it.
Well, it sounds like I gave you the worst possible job then.
You didn't give me the worst possible job because most of the time people are pretty good, especially in a professional setting, at getting back.
Okay.
But you know for a damn sure there's going to be that one time where someone just thinks, "Oh, you're a female CEO, so I can do whatever I want," and I'm just going to be,
Haha, no.
I'm going to I'm going to murder.
Yep. We'll have a murder room for you. Don't worry. We're not like really audience. Not actually.
Like audience, no, not an actual murder room, but it's mainly like a
Just a
stuffed
bad
animal
joke.
that I can stab.
Yeah. Stuffed animal that you can stab. We'll get you like a lifelike human to just fucking go nuts on. Anyway.
Because I do know that, like, even with how the modern society works, there's going to be some fucking sexist pig.
Yep, always.
That's going to come to our company and be like, "Oh, we want to do a thing together between companies." And I'd be like, "Okay, sure, we could plan an event or something."
Yep.
And then they're going to be like, "Oh, you're the CEO." And I'm just going to be like, "Oh, no, you didn't." And I'm just going to look at you and I'm just going to be like, "Monty, you handle the meeting for me real quick. I'll be back."
I'll be like, no. I'll let someone else handle the meeting. I'll go get Mjolnir. We have brought that up before, right? We wanted to get a Mjolnir for the office.
Yes, Mjolnir. Because that'll also be the first time we ever fire someone is with Mjolnir. You've
Right.
been excommunicated from the family.
Excommunicado. And under the name, what did I do? I had like a whole fucking ritual thing planned out for it, and like the final line was, in the name of Buri, in the name of Bor, by the name of Odin, and by the name of Thor, or something like that. And then it just kept going on.
But yeah, that's the funniest thing I think about our company is when we do have employees, you're not getting fired, you're getting excommunicated from the family.
You are not fired. It's hell, excommunicated's a good word, but I think banishment is better.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. Fucking hell.
And yes, sorry to go off on our tangent about the company.
Yeah.
It's just
We're
as a female who in power, I know for a fact there's going to be people that don't believe I'm in power and going to look to Monty for the answers, and Monty's going to be sitting there not knowing what the fuck's going on.
I'm gonna be sitting there like, huh, what? I look up from my phone, just I don't know, ask Sydney. They're like, who's Sydney? And then you appear behind them and you say, the CEO. And then they turn around, oh, fuck!
Yeah, like the day another company comes to us to be like, hey, we want to do a thing and we could use your services.
Exactly.
I'm
or
just
like an ad read even. God damn it.
or an ad read or something, and they decide, oh, you're a female, so I can rip you off or some bullshit.
Fucking shit.
That's going to be the one day everyone in our company is going to notice my door shut.
Correct. I hate to do this to you, but keep people entertained for about 30 seconds. I need to go get a Band-Aid. My hand is bleeding.
What the fuck did you do?
I've had a splinter last week, and I've been trying to, like, prick it out, but I'm pretty sure it just dissolved, or maybe there wasn't a splinter at all, but now my hand's bleeding again, so I'll be right back.
Oh my god, you fucking dumbass. This is the person I work with. This is the person I work with. This is what I signed myself up for. Why did I sign myself up for this? Why did I sign myself up for his stupidity? Like, it... And I can't even get rid of him. It's too much paperwork. Now I see why women kill their husbands instead of divorce. It's so much fucking paperwork. Hell, I'm more legally bound to him than freaking marriage is because of this company. I'm gonna kill it.
No, go ahead. What were you saying?
I see why women kill their husbands instead of divorce.
Correct.
Too much fucking paperwork. Hell, I'm more legally bound to you than most married women are.
Yeah. But anyway, what was I saying? Wherever I was, I got a splinter right in the fucking center of my hand, of the palm of my hand. And it's kind of ironic too, because if it was okay, because the tattoo I'm getting is Infinity Train related. Originally, and this is true, I wanted to get a number on the palm of my hand.
Oh yeah, he did.
Literally everybody I talked to was like, "Don't do that. Don't do that. Nope, don't do that. Can't do that. I'm not going to do that for you." And I went, "Please." Literally everyone who wants a tattoo says you should get, or has a tattoo should say you should get a tattoo that means something, and your first tattoo should mean something. And I was like, that means a lot to me. I'm not like fan thing over the show. I wasn't like, oh, this show's gonna be so awesome, I'm gonna get a tattoo of this and remember this for 10 years and then forget about it in a year and a half. No, this show has been like, Infinity Train was like getting built up since like 2016, and then it came out in 2019, and then another one and another one, and then there's one coming out now, and I'm super excited for it, and I'm gonna be telling this story to like every fucking person I meet and says, hey, where's it get that tattoo from? And I'll be like, oh, well, here's the cool thing, because it means a lot to me.
My main thing is, and I will say this because I am one of the people you talk to about the thing, because I have tattoos. My main thing with getting a tattoo on your palm, which I didn't tell you not to get it, I just said think about it.
Yep.
Because they fade really easily.
Yeah, and that's what everyone would tell me. They were like, you'd have to get it like every 3 or 6 months or whatever. But it would have been really funny because I got the...
Also, you wouldn't have been able to touch anything for like a month.
Exactly. But I got the splinter And if I had went through with the palm tattoo, I got the splinter last week, and I'm getting the tattoo tomorrow as we're recording. Today, if you're listening. Or fucking what?
If you're listening when this comes out.
March 13th.
Yeah.
And we're not telling you where because we don't want people fucking spying on us. That's kind of weird.
We'll get to a point in our lives in the company with the podcast where we just don't fucking care anymore.
I'll do. I really want to pull an Aaron Hansen one day where I'm just like, man, I'm really craving McDonald's at this exact location, and then show up, and then there's like 300 people there.
You would.
I absolutely would. Aaron did that with Wendy's.
The thing is,
but
I know you. You would come in during the middle of like, I'm doing work or something in my office for a change instead of running around the company, because I will never be someone that sits in an office. I don't like to sit still.
Correct.
And it'll be the one time I'm actually sitting down in my office. You'll come in and I won't be paying attention, and you'll be like, hey, do you want to go get food at said fast food restaurant? And I'm like...
It's probably going to be McDonald's.
Probably McDonald's, but in the case we decide to choose something new, Wendy's.
Yeah. Which... Okay. Actually, I'll tell this in a minute. Go ahead.
Okay, and I'll just be like, yeah, sure, whatever. Thinking we're just going to go and get food for our lunch break.
And I'm like giggling the whole way, and you're like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Literally, just, what do you do? And then we get there, and I just immediately go,
It's going to be great. I'll tell you ahead of time, like, hey, you want to go get lunch with some friends? And you're like, yeah, who? And I'm like, oh, you don't know them. You'll be like, all right, whatever.
I will say this, there is going to become a point in time where we are very much going to be like Rooster Teeth and just stop caring.
Exactly.
And just say where we live.
Exactly. Well,
and
not where we live, but...
Well, not where we live, but like the city we live in.
Yeah. For now, United States.
For now, good luck. We're somewhere. We're somewhere.
United States.
It rained yesterday.
Probably. Yeah. There was definitely some weather. It actually rained down here, too.
Very nice. So, I was still expecting it to be like where I used to live, where the rain would stop on and off all the time. It didn't.
Yeah. That's how it happens around here. You ask for rain, you get a fucking tornado.
I still liked it, though, because I like the rain.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, but I completely forgot. Sorry. The restaurants thing, for a long time, I was like, oh, the big three, Wendy's, Burger King, McDonald's, just bounce between them if you want fast food kind of thing. Or like have a rotation thing. And then,
your Chipotle fetish.
Yeah, then there was that's a great way to put it. The Chipotle fetish. Then Chipotle happened, and I was like, oh, I'll have Chipotle for a long time. And then at some point, someone mentioned that Wendy's was, like, supporting Trump campaigns, and I was like, that's kind of uncool considering all the kind of bad shit that he's been doing for a while, so I stopped eating Wendy's. And then this is an actual thing that I'm concerned about. Legitimately, Burger King did a very, very questionable ad campaign on Twitch where they would go into popular streamers' broadcasts live, and they would donate the minimum amount of money that they could to get the text-to-speech bot to say something. Then they would make that text-to-speech bot say, go eat at Burger King, get this thing for a discount, blah, 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 whatever. And that was it. They wouldn't donate any more money. They wouldn't, like, gift subs or anything. They wouldn't stick around. They wouldn't support the streamer themselves. And as a person who knows a thing or two about people who do that, streaming, and is close personal friends with people who do that, or at least try to do that on a professional sense, it kind of pissed me off to hear that Burger King was just exploiting the hell out of people who are literally just trying to do their job.
Yeah.
That'd be like, I'm trying to come up with a good analogy for you. That'd be like if say 10, like a group of voice actors from some anime you're watching. Pick an anime.
Since we talked
Tale.
about it earlier, let's talk My Hero.
My Hero. A bunch of voice actors from My Hero are doing a panel, and then someone from then they're doing the questions thing where the audience can come up and just ask questions. Someone goes up and says, "Buy Burger King," and then leaves. That's essentially what happened.
Yeah, that's stupid.
Exactly.
Trust me, that's really
Security
dumb.
doesn't have
I can't
time
say
to-
anything because I don't remember how. I think it was like 2 weeks ago or something. Actually, I didn't talk about it then, but I should have. So, and this is the part of the podcast where Monty kind of zones out because I'm talking about K-pop. Like a few weeks ago, I go on Spotify, and so me and my friends all go on Spotify because it's what we use for our music and it's what we pay for because we all have premium. And almost like a good chunk of our K-pop stuff is gone.
Oh?
Like literally just gone. And we're just like, the fuck? And when I mean gone, like there's an album I have on my phone that I luckily downloaded. But beforehand, before me downloading it, it was just on Spotify. You could just listen to it.
Okay.
Because I'm the dumb, I'm not dumb, but I like the album enough, so I'm like, I'm just going to download it on my phone in case I'm ever somewhere without... I'm going to hurt you.
I know.
But just in case I was somewhere without, like, signal or something, I had it downloaded. I go back, I went back to a few weeks ago to just look at the album and everything. And I still have the album, but my friends send me screenshots going, hey... are you listening to this album? And I'm like, yeah. And they're like, it doesn't exist anymore. I'm like, the fuck, Spotify? Because I had like a study playlist with songs that I could listen to that were just background noise, but would keep me focused enough to continue studying and shit.
Right.
A 10-hour playlist has been simmered down to 1 hour.
Weird.
And apparently from what we understand that went on, there's a thing called what is it, KM or something in Korea that wants the rights to the distribution, that has the rights to the distribution for a lot of these bands.
Mm-hmm.
And because for some reason they were being petty, they said no to Spotify, so Spotify had to take all the music down. And I'm just sitting here like,
okay.
Why are you being petty? This is the only way international fans listen to their music.
Right. That's
outside of buying albums, and who the fuck owns a CD player anymore? Monty, you do not count.
all right. I was gonna say I also have a record player.
Monty, you also have a lot of old technology for no reason.
Or if you say it wrong, an LP or a vinyl. Or if you're fancy, a 33. In which case...
You have a record player. Anyways.
Yes. It's not a vinyl player. It's not an LP player.
We're not going on this tangent again. You've done this a million times.
Did I do it already? God damn it. Yes. I'm sorry.
You have done that tangent like 4 times already.
I sincerely apologize for every time I repeat something I've told on the podcast before. My memory is the worst memory that I've ever seen.
You can't see memory.
Exactly.
This is why I'm the one in college.
So I started playing Subnautica. Yes, that is why you're in college. But Subnautica, you remember that, right? Was that a yes or?
Yes, that was a yes. That was a yes noise. I'm sorry.
Sorry, it's all right. It's just shit cuts out Discord. It hasn't changed much. Like, it definitely looks nicer. There's probably a couple different, like, materials and resources and, like, crafting recipes and stuff. But it's pretty much been the same since 2016 or whenever the beta released, 2013 maybe. I don't know. But it's so weird to get to... Because I'm experiencing this. It's so weird to be playing a game and learning something that you already knew but before you started playing this game again, you'd forgotten completely. You know what I mean?
So it's a weird sense of deja vu.
Sort of. Because, like, I'm picking up things like, I'll be swimming around in the ocean and I'll see this giant tube of coral with a bunch of, like, limestone deposits in it. And I'll be like, oh, that's so cool. And then I'll be like, wait a minute. I've seen that before. That's the giant coral limestone tube where you get all the limestone deposits. And I'll be building into the base and I'm like, why does this place look familiar? Oh yeah, because I've fucking been here before. I've played this game.
Good job.
It's like it's as if you were riding a bike for like 10 years, and then you stopped riding a bike for 10 years, and then you picked it back up, and then you had to learn how to ride a bike again, which is a bad example because it's the kind of thing that you don't forget how to do.
And once you learn how to ride a bike, you can't forget how to learn how to ride a bike.
Exactly. But in this scenario, let's pretend you can forget how to learn to ride a bike, and now you have to relearn it. But like,
I was going to say, in more of like a sense of like how I see it, is it's like, I've done this before. You watched an anime like 10-ish years ago.
yeah.
Haven't seen it since.
Mm-hmm.
Haven't seen or read anything about it since.
Right.
And again, it's been another 10 years, and then you see it on like Netflix or something because all of a sudden it's on a streaming service.
Exactly.
And you're like, this looks cool. Have I seen this before? And then you watch it, and you're like, wait, I recognize this.
Exactly. It's exactly like that.
That's how I would describe it.
And I don't
Because
know
I've done that. And I literally had a picture of an anime on my phone that I sent to my friends going, have we watched this? And they're like, yeah, don't you remember? I'm like, oh.
Mm-hmm. But I don't know if I mentioned this like last week or something, but did we mention that we finished Steven Universe again?
No. Also, you weren't. No, last week was the one Andrew was on. So yeah, you were on that one.
Yeah, I was on the one last week. I wasn't on 2 weeks ago. But
yeah,
we finished Steven Universe again, which I know you have a thing with, so I'm not gonna like take over the.
You can talk about it. I'm just not me.
But there are parts in it that you'll watch after that you'll see if you've seen the show before, and you'll go, "Hey, wait a second. How did they get away with that?" Without, ruining the plot twist at halfway, or not halfway, but near the end of the show. And you're like, you see that and you don't know what's going on. You're just like, oh, whatever. But then you're looking at it through the eyes of someone who's seen it before, and you go, oh no. Oh no.
It's why I like watching a show called Serial Experiments Lane, because the show is a mind fuck. And because it is a mind fuck,
mm-hmm.
Every time you rewatch it, you notice something different. Every single time.
I've had that with certain movies, but yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. It's like, what's the movie I'm thinking of? I was rewatching the Cornetto trilogy, which, for those who don't know, Edgar Wright's and Simon Pegg and Nick Frost's trilogy. I gotta remember this: Hot Fuzz, Shaun of the Dead, and The World's End. And I'm seeing things that I didn't recognize before, but it'll link to the rest of the story, kind of thing.
Yeah. I will say this though, because it's also true in the sense for me. I didn't watch anime necessarily with my parent. I did when I was younger. But as I got older, middle school-ish, right, I started watching them on my own and things. But then, my mom would be curious about what I was watching, so we would watch some of it together. And this is, different from what you're talking about, but we were watching something. And there was a joke made in the English dub. Meaning this had been translated, and now the characters are speaking English instead of Japanese.
Mm-hmm.
Just for the noobs that don't know what that is. And because of that, there was a joke that I understood the first time I watched the show because I understood it in Japanese because I'd never heard the English saying for it. Mm-hmm. That I, at the age of 12, turned to my mother and asked what was pitching and catching. Because in Japanese, the term is uke and seme. Now, I understand that. That I got. Oh, yeah. Imagine your mother having to explain to you as a 12-year-old kid what a top and a bottom is in a gay relationship.
Got it. I knew I heard that phrase from somewhere before, but I was too afraid to ask.
Had to ask.
So thank you for explaining.
Yeah. Gay relationship. Is a pitcher and a catcher is a top and a bottom in a gay relationship.
You've seen better days, like you've been pitching, not catching. Now that Deadpool and joke. Now that joke and Deadpool makes a lot more sense.
Yep.
Oh God, I had a thought for a second, but I lost it.
So welcome to my thought process.
Yeah.
Because that happened, and I just had to scream about it because, God damn it.
There was and
my mom proceeds to hold it over my head, and I have to literally tell her, I knew what that was. I just didn't know it in those terms.
Right. Like, you'll say, and then I found out, and people go, huh? And then you say voila because it's in French, and then they go, oh. There's also another...
Shit like that happens. That's just funny.
Yeah, there's a joke in the Scott Pilgrim...
Versus the World?
Like the comics.
Oh, okay.
Like the box set. Where the one in black and white, there's a panel that says, what color's your hair? And then Ramona says, blue? Could be red, I guess. Or maybe it could be green. And then there's a little box at the bottom that says, note, this comic is in black and white. And then in the color version, it says, I like your hair. And it says, oh yeah, thanks. It's blue, maybe red. It could be green. And then it says, note, this joke was funnier in black and white.
Yeah, that sounds like Scott Pilgrim.
Yeah. That's, whoever the... Hold on. Who wrote Scott Pilgrim? Scott Pilgrim. Brian O'Malley. Yep.
But yeah, it's just shit like that just like makes you really think about and question what choices you made in life to get here.
Exactly. Like, you could have...
Because there are days where I'm just like, what choices have I made in life to get me to where I am?
Mm-hmm. Like, any little thing could have been just slightly different. And, hell, you could be an accountant.
Fuck no.
And I didn't say you'd want to be one. I just said any slight change could have happened, and that could have just been what it was.
Nope. You. Gross.
Nope. Fuck you. Gross. I've heard that way too often. Anyway, I think it's about time to wrap up.
Said that too many times.
Yeah, you got anything left?
No, not really.
No? All right. Well, whatever we got left is for next week anyway, so I guess it's a good time as any to wrap up, so thanks for tuning in.
Have fun listening to this tomorrow since this was pre-recorded.
Yeah, have fun listening to this right now, I guess, but we'll see you live again next week. Or, yeah, next week.
Yeah.
Regardless of what time it is. But, goodbye.